There's an ongoing national debate over whether police use excessive force too often. As a result, police officers find themselves working in a different climate than even just a few years ago. Luke Moretti spent some time on the streets with the officers. Luke?
Yeah, Don, they feel it. There's no question about it. In fact, one officer told me he feels like he has a target on his back. There's more scrutiny, more eyes watching, and as the national conversation about police use of force heats up, so is the climate on the street. Tense moments on Bailey Avenue in Buffalo as police detain two men in the middle of the day.
It's a dangerous job.
And becoming more dangerous, according to many in the law enforcement community. Is it open season on police now?
I think, I don't think that's an unfair statement.
They point to a spate of deadly attacks targeting police officers from across the country.
I would say this is the roughest time we've seen as far as being a law enforcement officer, because people are kind of challenging what we do and how we do our jobs.
We want freedom, freedom!
Pockets of distrust and fear have been growing since last year's killing of unarmed teenager Michael Brown by a cop in Ferguson, Missouri.
We have a target on our back, it seems like.
Veteran Buffalo police officer Chauncey White III senses a dramatic shift in attitudes on the street.
It's not good. It's disrespectful to us, towards us. It's not good.
So how do you strike a balance between calls for reforms to policing and officers who feel they're under siege?
Cops want to do a good job. Where you guys live at?
Criminal defense attorney Michael Taheri thinks it boils down to a mutual understanding.
I think the citizen really has to take, maybe walk a little bit in the police officer's shoes. Same thing. Law enforcement needs to understand that when they stop somebody, especially in the climate right now, especially in this climate, citizens are frightened, they're intimidated.
Cheektowaga Police Chief David Zak understands there's been a long-standing perception that cops engage in racial profiling.
So if that is the perception, you have to treat it as reality. It's not unique to Cheektowaga. It's something that law enforcement has been struggling with, whether it's Cheektowaga, Buffalo, LA, New York, Chicago, Ferguson, Missouri.
Even before the flashover in Ferguson and elsewhere, Zak booked specialized bias training for his entire department.
The message is, you're the police, and you have to recognize that you have bias. You have to recognize that there's bias towards you, but you're the police. You have to be above it.
Buffalo Police Deputy Commissioner Kim Beatty says the department offers a refresher course on community interaction.
I think sometimes officers, they do get caught up, like a neighborhood may look a certain way, like what the demographics are. If this is an all-black neighborhood, this person looks a little bit out of place. But then we have to remind them this is the year 2015. People can be wherever they want.
You've also seen a lot of overly aggressive police work that's resulted in death, serious physical injury, and people are scared. So I think they need to take a look at that and say, how do we improve our relationship with the community?
During his 20-plus years on the force, Chauncey White has seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. He cautions the public from painting all police officers with the same brush.
The same way we have to look at people and judge them individually, they should look at officers and judge us individually, because we're not all the same.
Now, that's the view from police in the street, but there's another component here. When you're stopped by the police, do you have any rights? Who holds all the power? That's the subject of a follow-up report that's coming up on Thursday at 6. Luke Moretti, News 4.